Hey there, I am Baran. I have been software developer for many years, and right now I am working completely solo on a co-op horror escape game called No Checkout. This channel is where I documented that journey, every technical step, creative decision, and development milestone. I am building the entire game from scratch using Godot Engine, including all the systems, scene structure, and networking logic. Sometimes I dive into code and architecture. Other times I talk game design or decision making. In this episode, I will walk through how I tested Steam multiplayer integration, how I built the networking architecture for the NPC, and how I run full tests across the multiple operating systems in the real game scene. If you enjoy devlogs, indie games, or just seeing projects built from the ground up, give this video a like and consider subscribing. Alright, let's dive in. When working on a multiplayer system, you don't start by integrating everything into the main game, especially when dealing with an external platform like Steam. Having a clean, isolated environment for testing makes things easier. That's exactly what I did here. I created a standalone Steam test project. The goal was to test the basics of Steam networking, lobby creation, connection, and data transmission, all in a safe, simplified context. This let me explore how the API works and gave me a chance to spot potential problems before jumping into the main game. I built a custom debug UI where I tested followings: creating and joining lobbies, manually joining via lobby ID, sending chat messages and gameplay data, listing current members in the lobby. All of this run under private lobby type and worked without issues. Having this kind of isolation early on saved me a ton of time later. Getting the Steam connection working was just one part of the job. The real challenge was integrating that connection into actual game architecture and doing it cleanly. Especially when it comes to synchronizing NPCs, I needed a scalable and future-proof structure. So I created a base class and PC communicator base. This class acts as a shared communication interface for all NPCs, whether they use Steam or RPC for networking. The key idea here is to abstract away the networking method from the game logic. Here is why this matters. It prevents the code duplication. It makes it easy to add new networking backends later. It improves readability and debugging by separating responsibilities. No matter which protocol I use under the hood, every NPC communicates through the same interface that keeps things consistent across different platforms and simplifies the overall system. In this part, I ran the first full multiplayer test inside the actual game scene. I used 3 different machines, 1 Mac and 2 Ubuntu systems. The main goal was to ensure stable cross-platform connections and accurate visual synchronizing. Each player could see the others in real time, with proper position and rotation updates. Animations and movement felt smooth. We were all walking around in the same scene without a hitch. It was the first moment where the game actually started to feel alive and multiplayer settings. Some key observations. The Steam lobby was created inside the game and connected players without issues. Scene synchronization completed automatically after joining. NPCs reacted correctly based on the players' positions. The same NPC movement and animation logic was visible across all devices with no major desynchronization. One interesting aspect was testing on very different hardware. One of the devices I used was an older laptop, an 16GB RAM i5 machine that's definitely showing its age. To get it running, I compiled a separate OpenGL compatible build of the project. While it didn't look as sharp as the Vulkan version, and it wasn't as fast as newer machines, the fact that it worked and synchronizing correctly with the others, it was honestly super motivating. This made it clear that even lower-end setups can participate in a multiplayer experience, which is a big win for the accessibility. So, is the multiplayer foundation working? Definitely yes. So before we wrap this up, I want to take a moment to talk about why I went with Steam networking. Steam is still most dominant multiplayer platform out there, not just because of the number of the users, but because of it offers solid peer-to-peer tools and developer-friendly API. For a solo dev like me, it checked all the right boxes: stable, well-documented, and already battle-tested in the countless real-world games. Getting this working, syncing players, replicating NPCs, and even supporting an old i5 laptop has been a huge confidence boost. It's not just production ready yet, but the foundation is reliable, and that's what matters at this stage. In the next devlog, I will shift gears from networking to the level design. I will introduce you to the Stage Builder, a tool I built to construct multi-floor hotels layouts on a 3D grid. It lets me define floor plans manually or procedurally, which is perfect for crafting varied escape scenarios. Even floor can be configured with different room sizes, placements, and rules, and that opens the door to replayability and fast iteration. If you enjoyed this devlog or found it helpful, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps, and your support means a lot while I build this game project as solo developer. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.